so fucked up.
I didn't realize I was fucking muted. All right, well, we're gonna redo that. Welcome everyone to an Eating with 112, episode 26. Instead of doing it on Wednesday, I figured that we would do it tonight because I wanted to try something a little bit different and see if there's a difference between streaming late at night versus streaming at 4 in the evening on Wednesday. Just because I've noticed that with streaming in the evening at 4, I have that like small gap to where Mikey streams at 5. Then there's the 3 POA stream that's on Wednesday. So I have to like kind of shoehorn myself into that like 4 o'clock. And then I have to make sure I end at an hour so that I'm not cutting into Mikey's stream. You know what I mean? So I'm going to try this. I'm going to see how it works for all the replay squad, since I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of people that are going to replay squad this. So replay squad, you let me know if this is a better fit for me, or like better to where you like it. So just let me know if you would prefer late night streams over me trying to like shoehorn myself like I have been on Wednesdays. So hopefully everyone's been doing good. I didn't stream last Wednesday because, hey, how are you, Miss Virgo? So I didn't stream last week because I wanted to take a break. I wanted to just take a break from streaming just for 1 week, just to see how, just to take some time, a little R&R. And plus, I had to make sure that I shot the review for this gigantic thing that came in the mail, which I did shoot the review for. I am currently editing it, but I am working on a review for the Vanguard. For anyone that I met at DFW, I kept my promise. I said I was going to buy one after DFW. So stay tuned for a review on this. And I wanted to review the Ramen recoil van, aka not the A-Team van, for Gonzo. But unfortunately, I checked everywhere, and for some reason my van didn't come with the side mirrors. So I have to wait for those to come in the mail. So once those come in the mail, then I will do the review for I'll do the review for that. So stay tuned for that. What's going on, Rough Shot? How are you? How are you tonight? How is everyone doing on this lovely night? And also, I sold probably what was one of my favorite figures recently, which may shock a lot of people. Oh shit, I forgot to put the top on that. Okay, well, anyway, I sold my Rebel Tech Harley. So it's going to a new home. I have to get that shipped out in the morning. Um, I never got to review it, sadly. I never got to review it, but I'm not saddened by it because I saw someone posted recently that Reveltech might be re-releasing her, and she might come with an extra faceplate. So I'm gonna see, but the issue with that re-release is it's only available outside the US right now. So we're gonna see how that plays out and if any retailers in the US get it. If not, I have a backup plan for that. If not, but it'll be okay. So I am probably behind on figure news, so we'll cover the news, and then I did get two things from Prime Day, everyone's favorite commercial holiday. Just kidding. So let me pull up the Find My Figures Instagram here. Also, let me know if the mic is too close, if I need to move it back. Because when I got back from DFW, because I took my whole setup to the Airbnb for DFW, so let me know if the mic is too close, if I have to move it back a little bit, because I know this mic is sensitive. If I get too close, it'll sound too loud. And if I'm too far away, it'll sound like I'm down the street. So just let me know if where it's set up is okay, if I need to adjust anything. So yeah, we're gonna move myself down here, and we're gonna get into the okay, perfect, thank you. And then we're gonna get into the figure news here. Because I am behind. I think we talked about this stuff the week after DFW. I guess we'll talk about the Storm Arena stuff, because I did actually pre-order a couple of these on Big Bad Toy Store. I pre-ordered Ken, Ryu, Sagat, and Yujiro Hanma from Baki, since they made him in 1/12 scale. I had to get Yujiro Father of the Year. Just kidding. He is not Father of the Year. If you haven't watched Baki the Grappler, it's a good watch. It's an older anime. It's a 90s anime, but it's pretty good. But I'm excited for the Storm Arena line because we're starting to get newer characters that we haven't gotten yet, like this Chun-Li. And Guy and Dan and Charlie. So and then that M Bison is the regular Storm collectible size, sadly, so they're not doing him yet for Storm Arena. But I'm also excited for Morrigan and Lilith, since they're finally doing Darkstalkers. So it's nice to see that Storm Arena is starting to do more Darkstalkers characters other than Morrigan and Dimitri, since those are the only two that they did in the regular scale. So I'm excited for these. I think 26 is a good price. I'm curious to see what the accessories are going to look like for Chun-Li. I imagine it's just only going to be a couple of hands, but I think it'll look really good. I think she looks really good. These are just prototypes, but they still look good, and I think they'll fit with the Jada stuff just fine. I don't think they'll be too tall, but they still have that animation style that Jada has for the Street Fighter stuff. So we'll see. Um, but they look good. I'm glad that we're getting more fighting game characters. Um, I will talk about the Rumbler too because I do have my thoughts on that. Um, and then Revoltech or Kyoto, I guess, showed off more of their amazing Yamaguchi figures, which they are doing Attack on Titan currently. So they are doing, I think so far they've done the male Titan, the female Titan, and the armor Titan. I think right now when they're coming out with the Beast Titan, the Berserk Titan, and then they showed this Super Colossal Titan, which is more of like the poster child of Attack on Titan besides Eren down here. But I was listening to the Toy Migos podcast that they do every Wednesday, and they said that this isn't going to be posable. It's just going to be pretty much what you see with just very detailed paint. So it'll just be kind of like a statue. Maybe it'll have like 5 points of articulation, but they're not going to put Revoltech joints into this. That would be, you'd be looking at something close to probably like 1,000 if they were to put all the Revoltech joints in there and give him extra accessories and all that stuff. It would be probably too much for them, but he's going to have a lot of detail, and he's pretty size accurate to what he looks like in the anime, which is very, very impressive. I don't think anyone else has done the Colossus Titan yet. So I'm curious what the, not only the price, but the shipping plus tariffs. So we'll see what that is going to prove with that. And then they have a couple more pictures. You have the Jaw Titan, the Beast Titan, the female Titan. She's already out, but I think she's sold out. The Armor Titan is sold out. Because I did want the female Titan, because if you've seen the anime, then you already know who that is, and you already know who that is. So we'll see. Let's talk about the lack of backers. We'll get into it, Virgo. What's going on, Ayende? How are you? I'm gonna get your Praetorian out in the morning because I have to ship out something else too. So I'll get that out to you in the morning, and I'll get you a tracking number too. So yeah, I'm very surprised with Kyoto as of recent, because they've gotten some very good licenses, and their Revoltech figures have gotten better since I've purchased them. Because if I had to guess, I think that Revoltech Harley was the first Revoltech figure that I got, which is, it's not that one, it's this one. This is like a better picture of what she looks like. But um, when I got her, she was the best Harley that they did. She's still extremely posable. It's just the way that they engineered the figure. Um, you have to put in a lot of effort for her to look right, because if you don't pose her legs right, she looks very knock-kneed, and so you don't want her to look knock-kneed. So you have to sit there and like make sure that all the joints line up right, and it's just a pain. And then having to hide the shoulders and making sure that the head is tucked down enough so that she doesn't look like she has a giraffe neck. Um, it's just a lot of effort that you have to put in to pose her. Uh, but I sold her to see if I could get the re-release or the reissue of her. But if I can't, then I'm just gonna settle with this one, because to me, this is gonna be my be all end all for my Harley Quinn figure. Like once I get her, I'm pretty much good to go, because let me see if I could find a picture of her with all of her stuff. Yeah, so this is like my be all end all. They have gotten so much better. They've shrinked the size of the joints for the arms. For her, she doesn't even have Revoltech joints in the knees. These are just regular jointed knees. Um, she doesn't have the Revoltech joints like tucked into where the lower part of her legs are to where her feet are. Um, everything just looks more cleaner. So when you pose her, everything looks cleaner. She doesn't look knock-kneed or anything. And I like this Harley a little bit more. She's got more character, like she's got more life to her, like all her expressions. Um the previous Harley had movable eyes, which sounds cool on paper. The issue with that is they give you a little tool to move the eyeballs, and the more that you use that tool to move the eyeballs, you end up getting it stresses the plastic, and then over time the eyes won't move with that tool, and so you'll have to get like a toothpick and make sure it's the right width to be able to move the eyes. It's a pain in the ass. So I like that we're going to printed faceplates now for her, where she has all the extra expressions like she does in the anime, which that's what this Harley is from. She's from the anime that came out last year. Suicide Squad Sekai, I think is what it's called. I'm about halfway done with it and I really like it. It's very goofy. It's goofy, but it's also got really good action in it and stuff too. Um, but she's got her bat, 8 sets of hands, plus she'll probably come with fists, so that's 10 hands. Her handgun, the sunglasses, the extra uh hair piece. And then if you pre-order her, you get an extra faceplate as a pre-order bonus, so you're technically getting 6 faceplates. Um which if anyone is wanting to pre-order her, Hobby Genki has her still up for pre-order with the pre-order bonus faceplate. So if that's something that you're interested in, there you go. Because I think this reissue, I'm not sure how that's going to go. But this is the extra faceplate, and you'll see in the pictures. Oh, never mind. I guess you won't see in the pictures. Well, you'll see in these pictures here, her eyes are movable. You have to pop the bangs off and pop the faceplate off and change the eyes. So there's all that articulation factors in there. Superman from Batman versus Yakuza needs a figure. He looks awesome as a Yakuza gangster. I haven't seen that yet. I'll have to look up a picture here and see what that looks like. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. I'll try to keep everyone updated on this. Because I know not a lot of people were collecting Rebel Tech when this came out, and this dropped like right around when the whole world went into lockdown. So it was one of those figures that just dropped during an unfortunate time. But yeah, I think this Harley is gonna probably be my be all end all. So we'll see. They are re-releasing that Batman Beyond. I think Reverse Flash is getting a re-release. I think all these are getting re-releases, which is good because some of them are up there in price. Don is also getting Revoltech figures, which is cool. I haven't seen the anime. I'm like slowly trying to get back on the anime train, I guess. I feel like I'm going back to like my like where I was in high school when I was in my weep phase. Where I just watched a lot of anime. Because I got caught up on Chainsaw Man for the movie in October, so it's been fun. But Virgo wanted to talk about the Snowcat, so let me pull that up here. Okay, so as someone that did back the Snowcat, we're halted right now. We are the train has hit the brakes. They've hit the emergency brakes as of last week, I think. We've hit the brakes. I don't know what the hell is. I don't know what's going on here with this particular HasLab because it seems like they haven't really had issues like this with the Joe HasLab before. The HisTank funded, the Dragonfly funded, the Radler funded, but unfortunately, it seems like with the Snowcat, there was some initial traction when it came to the HasLab, but we are currently stuck at 6,898 and they need 8,000. So they need to move this all the way right here in order for it to get funded. This is in, we haven't even gotten to the tiers yet, which there's 3 unlocked tiers. So once we get to here, then we have to get to 10,000 to get Lady J, 12,000 to get the little tent campsite, and 14,000 to get Flint. So can we get there? I mean, there's 30 days. So I don't know. I think at first there seemed to be an audience for the Snowcat, but now it's like they've just, I don't know. He did it. That's why he laughed like that. Yeah, I did. Think it will make the 8,000, but from there, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's just the vehicle choice, rough shot. I think that's the issue. Is at first there were people clamoring for a snowcat, and that's what got it from like here, and it got to like 4,000 within that first day. And then it started getting traction, and then it just stopped right there. And it's stayed there since last week. So I don't know. It's one of those issues that I think winter vehicles are hard because not everyone lives in a climate where it snows. Like I live in Texas. So rarely do we get snow, and rarely do we get enough snow for me to go out and take pictures of it to where it doesn't look stupid. You know what I mean? Because if we're talking about how much snow we get down here in Texas, it's about like that much. So imagine trying to take a picture of a snowcat with about that much snow. It's not going to look right. And our snow goes from snow to black ice. So yeah, it's one of those that it's hard to it's I think it's one of those vehicles it's hard to sell. I had one as a kid, and that was when I lived in Jersey. So my sister took me to Toys R Us in New York, and she bought me the snowcat, and I remember we got a really bad snowstorm in Jersey, and it was enough snow to where I could take the snowcat outside and I could play with it like an actual snow mission. I could have an actual snow mission with my Joes. Here, it's not gonna work. Yes, even Virgo said it. Yeah, the snow and the south don't mix. So I wanted the Mobat. I wanted a tank because I thought it would be fun for them to do a Mobat as a HasLab because we have the ramen tanks, and I thought it would be fun to have a little clash of the tanks between Hasbro and um Hasbro and ramen. I thought that would be fun, but Hasbro thought let's do an Arctic vehicle to where not a lot of people are going to be able to use this. So I would have to build a diorama for that, which it's not hard because a lot of hobby stores like Hobby Lobby and Michaels, they're already starting to put Christmas stuff out. So you can easily get fake snow to make a diorama to put this on. But you know what I mean? It's not a bad vehicle. It's just one, I don't think it needed to be a HasLab, just like a lot of people. And two, I don't think Arctic vehicles are going to sell that well. I mean, the Arctic Bat sold, but that's because it's a figure. This is a whole vehicle. So I don't know. I don't know. And I don't think that it needed to be a HasLab because we don't really need all this fancy stuff. Like the lights, you don't really need the lights. You don't really need the lights. You don't need the lights to light up in the cockpit. You don't need the fancy kitchenette. You don't need the fancy campsite. This Lady J could have been sold by herself. This Flink could have been sold by himself. Um, I was talking to BX Medic when this went up, and I said they are probably going to take this Lady J right here, and they are going to, I don't even know, is there even a picture of, oh shit, I don't even think there's a picture of that Lady J.
Look, they're in the snow. Cobra troops, get the snow.
No audio. We don't need audio. I need Hasbro striking me with a fucking copyright strike for their stupid snow cat with a kitchenette. I was trying to find, yeah, this is what I needed right here. This is what I needed right here. Okay, so this Lady J. Why they needed, what's going on, Justin Booth? How are you, sir? That's why I don't sound country. I know I don't sound country. But what's funny is in the multiple moves that my mom and I did from here to Jersey, when I went to public school in Bayonne, kids used to make fun of me and they used to bully me because I sounded country. To them, I sounded Southern. Like, you know what I mean? They were like, oh, say ratchet. You don't say ratchet, right? And I was just like, whatever, man. He's the most proper sounding Texan. Well, listen, I appreciate that. Gonzo says he needs it all. So we already know who's pushing for the Snowcat. Okay, but back to this Lady J before I get distracted again. This Lady J could have been a figure all by herself. This is the Lady J that we should have got on a retro card. Take away the snow jacket and give her look from the cartoon. This is what should have been on that retro card instead of what we got. Because this is the Lady J that I want on my shelf, is this Lady J. Because this is the Lady J I fell in love with as a kid the first time I saw the G.I. Joe cartoon. Oh, like, I love that Honey is telling me that. Trying to tell me that there's a potential coupon for this. There's no way that there's a potential coupon for a fucking HasLab. And if there is, then I'll be happy to share it with everyone. So it takes a cut. So we give Hasbro less money. But this is nice. This is a nice offering. I think they could have just sold this as a retro figure. Just give us the backpack with the spears. She doesn't need the coffee cup. She doesn't need the weird drill, the fishing pole, all that stuff. I like this extra head sculpt that they're going to give her if this funds and if they reach that target goal. I like this. I will use this for like a kit bash. Because that looks cool with the beanie, with the headset. That's very like Tom Clancy looking, and I like that for Lady J. So we'll see the campsite. I don't know. I have no attachment to this campsite. I think the little campfire is cool. I have one that's 3D printed that you can actually put a tea light at the bottom of, and it looks like it's actually lighting. So I'm just saying, you can do it if you have a 3D printer and you can get clear resin. You can just 3D print a campfire. And then we get to Flint. Flint looks cool. Again, I like the beanie with the headset, but does he need all this? Does he need the little weenies with the little skewers, kebabs, retractable kebab things? Does he need the pan with the eggs? Does he need the coffee pot? Does he need the coffee cup? Not really. I think the handgun, the shotgun, and the laser rifle is fine. I think this could have been... We're literally getting this. I want people to know, whether or not this funds, we are getting a retro card of Flint in 3 months, I think. So you don't even really need this Flint, but I mean, if you want an Arctic Flint, I guess. So I don't know. I don't know if this will get funded. We'll see. We'll see though. We'll see if it gets funded or not. Because I am curious if it will get funded. I backed one just to see because I haven't done a HasLab yet. I was gonna do the Radler, but I couldn't do it last minute. And really I just wanted the bareness from that Radler, so I think it would have been dumb for me to spend all that money trying to figure out where to fit the Radler. Will it fit on my bookshelf? Where am I going to put it? You know what I mean? So, well, that would have been just a bigger issue for me to have to figure out. So, but that is the real question here. Will it get funded? Will it get funded within that 30 days? Will it hit over 8,000? I don't know. But right now it's the little snowcat that could. It's just going to keep on chugging. Now for the Rumbler, the controversial new Mezco vehicle, the Rumbler. $325. I think it's already sold out. It's got working headlights. It's got working taillights. You can fit 4 figures in it. You can change out the top. You could put a Gatling gun at the top. I think it's got rocket launchers. It's got a motorized winch. It's got shock suspension. It's got this. It's got that. It's got a figure. It's got free shipping. Do I think it's worth $325? Abso-fucking-lutely not. This thing is not worth $325. The fact that you can buy a whole ramen tank, which is about maybe double the size of this Rumbler, for less than what they're charging for this thing. You could buy a ramen tank. You could buy any of the ramen tanks, and it'll still be less than that. You could buy the muscle car that ramen is doing, and it is less than this. You can buy a Vanguard for less than that. So, yeah, you could buy a Vanguard for $125, or you could do what I did, and you could buy their like all-in package, and you get the rocket launcher, you get the extra replacement pieces for the turret, you get the hull kit, you get a driver. The driver's got extra hands. He's got a handgun. This thing doesn't have suspension, but it has a winch. Is it motorized? No, but you can, you know what I mean? You can just be like a regular fucking person and just wind it up like a normal person. Does it take longer? Yeah, but do you really need a motorized winch? No, but it's got a winch. It's got opening doors. Whoa, crazy. Crazy. It's got opening doors. It's got a fucking opening back. Whoa, crazy. And the best part is it was like a quarter of the price. It was way less than that fucking Mezco vehicle. So it's dumb. It's dumb. It doesn't help that there were dumbasses that bought it. And yes, usually I would say don't shit in someone's Cheerios, don't bash on someone because they bought something, but I would say absolutely bash on any person that bought this, because this only proves the point that they can make a vehicle like this with all these bells and whistles and justify the $325, and they will go and do another vehicle and sell it for double that, and then the next vehicle will be triple that price. So it's not opening doors. Okay, the point is, that's not the point, Gonzo. That's not the point. The point is, if there are cheaper alternatives out there, why pay $325 for this? And you're not even going to get it until after Comic-Con. So, it's a shipping begins after Comic-Con. But if you know how Mezco works, they work on their time. They don't work on your time. They work on their time. So they ship out your stuff when they feel like it. Like, there's a Mezco Nightwing that went on pre-order months ago, and people still haven't gotten it, but they're putting out this as a Comic-Con exclusive. So they're already reusing that Nightwing, and people don't even have the first one in hand. So it's annoying. It's annoying, and it's not right. So, but what Woody said is that the Vanguard to him is better than the Mezco, but I agree with Woody, and I am working on a review for that. So I haven't what's it called? What? Kaiju Daddy's here. Kaiju Daddy's here. Welcome, Kaiju Daddy. Woody says we can't bash anybody, to each their own. Remember that. Like I said, I would say not to bash someone because of what they collect, but it is nice, and you were there to guide him through it. The fuck is Kaiju? Isn't it crazy that Kaiju Kitty and Kaiju Daddy did a collab? It was a collab of the Kaijus. But yeah, there are more people that have gone in depth with their disapproval for it, but it doesn't really bother me that much. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. So it's whatever. It's out there. It's sold out. People bought it. It's whatever. That's it. Mythic Legion showed their new wave of figures. I don't own any Mythic Legions, so all the Mythic Legions people that are in the chat, you let me know your thoughts on this stuff, because I don't have an opinion on it, really. I think it looks cool. Like, this wolf looks cool. I like the fact that his weapon is like a bone, but the bleed is made of black ice, which is cool. The Viking looks cool. She looks cool, but I hate that in this picture she just looks very like 1,000-yard stare. I don't know. She just looks very just 1,000-yard stare. There's not an expression. Maybe they could have did a smirk or a yelling face or something like that. Something like some type of facial expression, because she just looks very dead. Like there's nothing going on there. This little guy is cool. I like that he comes with the little keg here and a little cup of ale. So that's kind of cool that he's got that little accessory. And I think they're doing an accessory pack that's gonna have these little barrels of ale that you could put in the background of stuff. This guy's cool. Are those butterfly joints? My, has Four Horsemen finally updated their articulation on Mythic Legions? That's what it looks like. Oh wait, but this picture doesn't have it. But this picture does. Interesting. Then we have this tiny wolf lynx creature. The campfire is cool. That's a cool little piece with the logs and the stone, the little pan. See, this is where a tiny little campfire and a little pan is justified. Here, look at that. You get a campfire and this little pan and all this stuff. $42. No HasLab, no nothing. You get a little campfire and it lights up. And they're doing a polar bear too. Just cool. Probably more expensive than the one that's coming with Snake Eyes, but you have that. You have that going on. Oh shit, I forgot to show this. Shit, sorry. We're running that back. We're gonna pretend that like all this stuff was here and that you weren't just looking at me looking at this. So we have the Wolfman. Like I said, I like the fact that his weapon is made of ice, which is cool. It's very unique. Then we have the Viking, which looks cool. He's got the axe. Then we have the Dead Stare lady, the 1,000-yard stare lady. Oh, I kind of like that. I don't know if they come with these, but that's kind of cool that they have little stands for the head sculpts. You have this little guy, which I like his accessories the most because you can get so much use out of these little barrels with the ale and the little mugs. I like this one too. This one's a runner-up for me because, again, I like the accessories. The little campfire is cool. The little pan, the little kind of thermos, makeshift thermos, and the little backpack. The orc is cool. But again, I don't know if that's butterfly joints because, see, in this picture, you can't see those cuts in the shoulders, but here you can see them, so I don't know. They could just be a prototype. So I don't know. And then there's the polar bear here, which again, if someone will let me know in the had to be told twice to watch my language. Oh yeah, you did. But see, Frankie is more lenient with that. I mean, you can come in here and just say, like you can say, who the fuck is Kaiju Daddy? I'm not gonna do anything. I use colorful vocabulary too. Woody will tell you. Woody Woody had to deal with me for 3 days at DFW. He will tell you that I have colorful language. So even if I had the space, same. Asian Peter. One time, Woody, it was one time, and it was on Sunday. Yeah, I like their weapons too. I think I bought some weapons a couple of years ago from someone that was selling them on Facebook. I think in the Mythic Legions group. I think that was the only time that I bought anything Mythic Legions, was just the weapons, because I had some fantasy characters that I wanted to give them weapons, and I like the quality of the Mythic Legions weapons. They look cool though. So if anyone gets them, feel free to let me know what the quality is on those. I've seen people talking about this lady. Not familiar with Zessaray, so someone will let me know in the chat what the quality is of the figures. She's a very athletically built individual. She's got a nice axe. She's got a fur cape. Helmet's cool. I like the helmet. She's got like a sheath there for a sword. It says she's an exclusive. That's probably Gonzo's favorite picture right there, and that one is probably his favorite. She comes with a lot though. For $45, I would say that's a very good deal, because usually something like this, with a figure like this plus all these accessories and that, would run you more. But the fact that you're getting 4 weapons, 3 sets of hands, an extra set of feet, the helmet, and this really nice fur, soft goods. It's like a cape. Is it a cape? Is it a blanket? Because here it looks in this picture it looks like a cape. In this picture it's like a skirt. Here it's a cape, and then here it looks like a blanket. Well, this one it looks like a blanket. This one it looks like it's about to become a snuggie. So I guess it's whatever you want it to be. But $60, or I said 60, 45 is not a bad price for the for this figure here. That's the action of I person. What's going on, Jeff? Said sucks, Steve. I didn't say it sucked. I wasn't cruel with this figure. It is a nice axe. I know you can't really see it because my giant fucking head is in the way here, but maybe if I go here. Yeah, there you go. See the axe right there? You can see it. So it's a good figure. These seem to be quality figures. Again, I don't know. Woody seems to own a couple of these. Gonzo, I'm not sure if he owns any of these like gladiator figures, but she looks cool. She looks cool. I can't show that. Hang on a minute. I can't show that figure because one, Gonzo will get too excited, And B, I'm pretty sure YouTube would not appreciate if I showed that that figure. But it's the cowgirl. It's the cowgirl figure. And then here's some more of these gladiator figures. So I guess these are re-releases of older figures. These look cool though. I like the armor. There's a lot of detail in terms of not only the sculpt but also the paint is really nice on these too. Like I can tell that they hit this armor, not only the chest armor, but the armor down here, the shield, the helmet. It looks like they hit it with a black wash, which is really nice because it brings out all the sculpted detail. So these are really nice. If these are also $45, that's not a bad deal either. For these, because I know that these figures are very expensive. So for them to re-release these would be cool for people who weren't able to get the first versions of these, because these look nice, especially if you collect that type of stuff. 78 points is doing beat up heads for Street Fighter, for the Storm Arena stuff and the Jada stuff, which these look really nice. Looks like they're 35 each, or you get all three of them for 100, which is not bad. Some people might say it's too much, but you have to take it into perspective of these are only going to be made in a small batch. Their heads, these heads are hand painted, so that's, you're putting in time and labor and money towards the paints. So you have to consider that. The materials used to make the head sculpts, I would imagine these are 3D printed, or they're molded head sculpts. So you have to take that into consideration. I think Mikey charges $25 for painted head sculpts, which is also very generous because I've seen people charge like 50, 60 plus for head sculpts. So I'd say that's pretty generous. They're pretty accurate to the game. And these look phenomenal. So props to 78 points, man, because these head sculpts look really, really good. The eyes are on point. As someone who's trying to get better at painting eyes on head sculpts, I can only imagine how much of a pain in the ass it is to paint eyes on such a small head sculpt. So these look good. These look really, really good. So yeah. Oh, I guess they finally showed this guy. The LSWA's own Sasquatch herself, Peter Kane's deranged baby mama, Sugarfoot the Violator. This is tactical. This is the tactical version of Sugarfoot the Violator. But this looks awesome. I'm hoping that the quality of this will be better than the werewolf, because I've heard people saying that the werewolf had a lot of QC issues. The joint tolerance wasn't great. I think Woody can attest to that since he owned that werewolf. So hopefully it'll be better. Paint looks good. The head sculpts look a little cartoony, but still cool. I kind of wish that they had went and did what they showed the prototype with, where this is kind of in like a forest camo where there's like moss and stuff on this. The donuts are fucking hilarious. That this Sasquatch comes with donuts, but it looks cool. I'm curious what the price is going to be on this. I think that'll be the measuring stick on whether or not I purchase it, because the fact that the Monster Force stuff has gone up to either $40 or it's pushing $40. So I don't know, but it looks cool. It looks cool. These also look cool. These are from Loose Collector. Oh, Loose Collector. So they're doing Bigfoot, which looks awesome. It's fucking this poor fucking guy. So he is bigger than their Mr. Hyde that they did. No prices on these yet, but the Yeti looks really cool. This fucking guy can't catch a break, man. He's running from Bigfoot. He's running from the Yeti. This is the kind of breakdown of the articulation. And he's bigger than their Kilorgs that they've done. So it looks like the early bird is July 12th. So 2 days ago is when it started through August 15th. And it looks like the first quarter of 2026. And it's going to be 10 inches tall. So 4 inches taller than your typical 112 scale. So Tona enter. I'm going to sleep. Well, what's going on? Mython, holy shit. What's going on, bud? How are you, sir? I'm glad that you decided to pop in and say hello. We all miss you. We all hope that you're doing well, that Mrs. Mython is doing well, and the pups are doing well. And yeah, I'm hoping that you're still keeping the collector game strong over there. That was 30 minutes ago. Well, you know what? I have to address Mython, okay? Because Mython was probably, out of all the guests that I've sat down with so far, Mython is in my top 3 favorite out of all the wonderful people that I've had on the show. And the fact that I found someone to talk cosplay with was also really cool as well. Which, if none of you have seen that, it's buried somewhere in the live streams. But yeah, Mython is excellent. Trying to get the outline of this werewolf. The werewolf or the Yeti? Because I think it looks like articulation might be different from the werewolf, because you're looking at 2 different body types here. The arms on here are thicker. Legs are going to be a little bit different. These are more bent backwards, but I imagine that, I mean, this is the layout that's here, the articulation. So looks like a double ball in the torso, double ball in the head joint, or I guess a double ball or bell is what it's called. Ball joints in the arms, looks like regular shoulder rotation, double joints in the arms, but I'm curious how much you're really going to get out of the double joints, because these arms, the way that the arms are sculpted, I'm not sure entirely. I mean, that's the, I guess, your best picture of the articulation. So it's not bad, but it's not, you're not going to be able to get all the way up to the shoulders. But I do like that for the shoulders here, these are soft plastic. So instead of cutting all this or cutting into this, they just made this a softer plastic, so you'll still be able to lift the arms up and you still have that sculpt there for the fur. But I mean, it seems like it's a durable figure. I think Gonzo probably has the werewolf, so I'm not sure. Oh, you're drawing a werewolf. Well, you got the werewolf for. I mean, if you want, there's a werewolf right there for reference. Andy said pre-order is up on Big Bad Toy Store for $109. That is an interesting price, but I mean, how much was? I don't know if Gonzo's still in here. Gonzo, how much was the werewolf originally? Because I think Gonzo has the werewolf. Woody has a couple of these werewolves, but he went to sleep. So I don't want to disturb him from his good night's sleep that he needs. I don't know if the werewolves are around this price or if they are close to that. Someone will have to let me know. No hentai for you. I don't collect those figures. All right, the closest I get is the snail shell stuff. Yeah, I censor myself. Well, I don't censor myself, but I do have to censor some stuff because I don't want to get an email from YouTube in the morning saying that I have some sort of strike or some ding on the stream because I happen to show a suggestive figure on stream. I mean, I don't give a shit. I don't really care. YouTube is a bunch of pansies when it comes to stuff. Like they did this whole COPA shit a couple of years ago to prevent kids from stumbling upon channels that are not aimed towards them. That was the whole point of COPA and the weird like Elsa Gate channels, which I'm not going to get into. That's a whole rabbit hole. But I was around for all of that, and I was around when the whole COPA thing started for all the channels where you had to go through and start clicking your videos that they're not for kids and this and that, but you still end up having kids finding your videos. So it defeated the whole purpose of COPA. So even though you set up your channel for adults, and I looked at my analytics, which Gonzo told me I shouldn't do, but I did anyway, and I saw that pretty much my age range for my channel is from like people in their 20s to like people in their 40s. So, you know, my content isn't aimed towards kids, but I still feel like I have to do that. Did I order the new Jazzwares Okada figure? I did not. And you know what? I'm glad that you brought that up, because as soon as I show this, I guarantee you people are going to dip. People are going to dip immediately. They're going to dip. It's going to be, I think, I don't know if it's on the Jazzwares thing yet. Maybe. Oh, just the video is on there. I want to look at a video though. Pull this up. So the reason why I did not get this Okada is because, oh shit, who had the oh, maybe it was Ringside that had it. Let me see. I think it was Ringside. Let me check. Was it Ringside that had it? Huh. Well, someone had it. Anyway, for anyone that's not in the oh, look at that. They won the nice. The Wyatt Six won the tag titles. Good for them. Nice to know that they're finally getting a fucking push. Nice to know that Papa Paul over there is finally deciding to push the Wyatt Six, even though it's about like 2 years too late. So I was originally going to go to All In, but then I decided that I didn't want to. I decided I didn't want to go because the tickets for All In, because it was at a fucking baseball stadium, the kind of in like the bleachers was a ridiculous ass price that they were charging, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna fucking pay like $200 to go sit in the fucking nosebleeds to watch the pay-per-view. So I didn't, even though I wanted to go because they were gonna do the reveals and stuff like that, and that would have been cool. But they showed this Okada, and the box looks cool. It's a 1 in 3,000. The last time I checked, it's still up on the website. But this is technically Okada's first figure, and I don't know about that head sculpt, man. That head sculpt looks it looks janky as fuck. It doesn't look like Okada. The face kind of looks like Funaki, or it looks like Okada if he had like Bell palsy, which is not a good thing. Like for some reason, his mouth, instead of sitting, usually your mouth would sit about right there. His mouth is like slowly creeping off of his face. And he looks like he has like chipmunk cheeks. It just doesn't look right. The gear is like very fucking plain. It's just very boring gear. The robe is cool. The fact that he has the title is cool. But I don't know. And this figure is $50. 50. I feel like I'm not getting $50 worth of a figure here. I get it's a 1 of 3,000. I get it's supposed to be a like a fancy figure to represent the pay-per-view, and it's one of those, if you don't get it, then you might not be able to get it again. But I don't know. I'm going to wait because I know Okada is going to be getting another figure in the regular line, so I'm just going to wait for that. But they kind of fumbled on that. This, though, I am very surprised that this is getting released. This was shown last year at Comic-Con, and it's a Sting 3-pack. It's the Legacy of Sting. So you're getting Surfer Sting, you're getting Crow Sting, and you're getting Joker Sting. So you're getting like early WCW, middle WCW, and then like TNA Sting. The box is nice. I like this box. The fact that you could either have it displayed like this, or you could open it and all the figures are there. It's a nice box. It's a nice box. I think these all come with accessories like extra hands and shit. That robe is nice. This is a nice robe for the Surfer Sting. That Crow Sting looks really fucking good. Face looks nice and crisp. That Joker Sting looks really good too. And it's a 1 of 6,000. And we get to the price. Now, the price might not entice a lot of people, so I don't know if this will fly off the website as fast as Jazzers is thinking it might. Because Sting figures sell. They do sell. Like that Surfer Sting, that's sold off of Ringside really, really quick. People like Crow Sting. People like Surfer Sting because we didn't get that many Surfer Stings from Mattel. We were supposed to get like an early WCW Crow Sting, but that got canceled because they lost the license contract with Sting, so they couldn't put that figure out. But I really like this pack, dude. But anyway, the entry fee here is $100, free shipping though. So $100, 1 of 6,000. It's up on their site now. But I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna fly off the shelf though for that $100. I think if they had thrown in like an extra figure, if it was like one here, one here, one here, one here, if it was 4 Stings, that way you could say, $25 a figure because you have the soft goods and extra accessories and stuff. Maybe, but I don't know. I don't know. And I also think it's the fact that this Sting has the singlet, but he has no singlet here. So I don't know. I don't know with this one. It's cool. Don't get me wrong. It's cool. I will agree with that. Justin, I will agree with that because I was one of those dumbasses that bought that Super 7 New Japan figure. And yeah, it was bad. Yeah, it's only exclusive on there. I'm about to show those Briscoe figures because I might need to pull the trigger on that too. But yeah, I think they should have definitely thrown in another Sting because we do technically have a Surfer Sting already. It was in that set with was in that set. It was Jay White, it was Will Ospreay, Darby Allin, Sky Blue, and then I think it was Sting was in there, and then there was a Chase version of that Sting. So technically, we already got this version of Sting. I also don't know what they can technically, what exactly is the line in the sand with what they can do with Sting, because I don't know if they can really do like WCW Sting without hitting that legality of, since they don't own WCW, since Mattel has the WWE license, which includes WCW, ECW. So I don't know if they can do a Neon Sting. Like, I don't know where in the contract for Sting's merchandise deal, like where that line is drawn to where they can only do so much before you hit that, we're kind of hitting a legal issue with what we can do. So I don't entirely know with that, but the head scans look good. Sometimes they get the head scans on point, sometimes they look goofy, but the Sting head sculpts look really good. So I'm good with that. Now we get into the figures that I'm excited about. So they did show the Ring of Honor Mark and Jay Briscoe figures. They're 30 a piece, or you can get them together for 60. They are one of 3,000, and these are from Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor. So I want to say this is like one of the last Ring of Honor pay-per-views they did before Jay passed away. But I like these better because they got the head scans right. I wanted that 2-pack with the Briscoes, but the head scans didn't quite look right, and that one had some issues. This one's really nice, and I like that we're getting soft goods with these. I like the gas masks too. It's cool. You get an extra head sculpt, extra hands. So I do need some Briscoes. I need them boys for my wrestling collection because I did like the Briscoes. And through alternative means, I got to watch the GCW pay-per-view where they defended their GCW tag team titles against Nick Gage and I can't remember who his tag team partner was, but that was a good match. There were some doors. People were put through doors. It was fun. And then I got to see X-Pac come out to the Run DMC version of the DX theme, which was also fucking awesome. So it was cool. I'm sure people will complain and say that there are pins in the legs and that we shouldn't have pins in the legs, but they're fucking wrestling figures. I don't really care about pins in the legs. They don't really bother me that much. But they look cool. 30 a piece. If you like the Briscoes, grab them because they might sell out. So I'm saying, because the 2-pack sold out, you're not going to get the tag titles. You'll have to get those tag titles elsewhere. But they look cool. And then in terms of like new figures, holy shit, no. Okay, I thought I thought this was new retail price. I was gonna say abso-fucking-lutely not. Jazzers better not start charging $30 for their fucking wrestling figures. They need to keep that shit at 20. These are $20 figures. If we're bumping up wrestling figures to like $30, we need to make some changes. Because if Mattel starts charging this, I need better articulation for the female figures, because the way that they've been doing their women's figures is fucking preposterous. I know Gonzo's excited about that Liv Morgan, but I'm gonna have to call Mattel out on their bullshit in a minute. But yeah, so we're getting a John Moxley with, I guess these are soft good shirts. They better be soft good shirts. We get Ric Flair, which is kind of cool. The robe will be soft goods, so that is kind of cool. I am curious to see what the Ric Flair looks like, because this will be more articulated than the any of the Mattel Ric Flairs. And if they get the head scan like this, then these are gonna fly off the shelves really fast. And then this is gonna be the chase. So he's gonna have the blue robe. He's gonna have the woo face. Then you have Mercedes Moné, which is okay. The Juice Robinson I'm excited for, because I've been wanting a Juice Robinson figure since he was in New Japan and he was in Bullet Club, so that is a must get for me, because I'm probably going to significantly cut down on the wrestling figures, because I might genuinely go through my wrestling figures and start clearing out like the necessity ones, and then just getting rid of the ones that I don't really necessarily need anymore. So we'll see. I don't necessarily care about this gear. I think if anything, I don't think they can technically make the gear, but if they did a Mercedes Moné, I would want her to have the Hana Kimura tribute gear that she wore in her match against Kairi in Stardom. Which, if you actually haven't seen that gear, it was pretty cool. Let me see if I can look up a picture of it, because not everyone is a huge wrestling person. So probably not a lot of you are going to necessarily care about this, but to me it was Jesus, as a homeless guy. Well, let me tell you something. He looks completely fucking different now. Okay, he doesn't look like that anymore. I can say he about jump scared the shit out of me. Okay, so this is the gear that I want. Is this gear right here. This was the Hana Kimura tribute gear that she wore in her match against Kairi Hojo, since she couldn't use Kairi Sane because WWE owns that name, the trademark to that name. So she had to use her New Japan name or her Stardom name, and this was for the NJPW Women's Championship, I think. Well, whatever the the women's title that New Japan has now is what they fought for. It was a nice tribute, all right? Because I don't like talking about the Hana Kimura situation because one, you have to be very careful about what you say because there are some words involved in her story that YouTube doesn't quite necessarily like you talking about, but it's also tragic and sad and unfortunate. And it's nice to see when wrestlers pay tribute to fallen wrestlers. And that was what this was. It was really cool. So yeah, I would like to see this as a figure. Probably won't because it was a New Japan match. But it would be nice. It would be nice for them to do that figure as that gear as a figure. But I don't think they necessarily can because it's New Japan and I don't know. There's like loopholes you would have to go through to get that, but I mean if you need a Mercedes Moné figure, there you go. He's the fucking homeless guy. Fucking homeless guy. Well, he's not a homeless guy, but he can work for a homeless guy though. I don't know if there was any other like wrestling figures shown because there was oh yeah, they're actually oh maybe there was there? I don't know if there was. Now that I think about it. Oh, they look at that. Look at that. Amazon bumped up the fucking prices on the elites. I'll be a motherfucker. Now they're charging $25 for elites now on Amazon. Ain't that a bitch? You hate to see it. You hate to see it. I hate to see it because they are definitely not $25 worth of figures. Because Gonzo will probably hate me for this, but I'm going to have to lay the smackdown on this new Liv Morgan that's coming out. Because like you can't be charging. Where the fuck is she? Do they have a regular picture of this Liv Morgan that's not a video? About to see. Jesus, man, why do I have to scroll through like 54,000 pictures on here to find what I'm looking for? Give me 1 second while I like rummage through their Instagram. There we go. There we go. Okay, so Gonzo, I'm sorry that I'm gonna have to do this. But I'm gonna have to do it, especially if Amazon is gonna start raising the prices from $22 to $25. Yeah, so this Liv Morgan, it better not be $25 because this is not $25 of a figure right here. Okay, the elites better not be going up to $25 because if they do, then there better be some changes in the figures because if they go up to 25, they cannot be using the same body for everybody because this Liv Morgan has a better head sculpt, but like her torso looks like she's built like a stick of butter. And she's like taller than what she actually is in real life. She's like 5 foot something, and they're pushing her like above 5'5". So they need to like cut the length of this torso in like half. So they need to like shave this off right here and pop that right on there, and that's about the length that her torso should be. And we better be getting some more fucking hands for $25. All right. That's what I'll say. There better be a set of fist hands in here and not just a set of these open hands and like grabbing hands. And there better be more paint on that fucking belt. All right. There better be some silver in there. There better be more paint. All right. Because if this is what is going to be justified as $25, then I'm jumping out the wrestling figures, man, because that's fucking ridiculous. Or I would rather just chase the fucking ultimate editions, because for the ultimate editions, you're getting you get soft goods, butterfly joints, 3 sets of hands, 2 head sculpts. All right, this and like this, a figure and like 3 sets of hands is what we should be getting, or 2, at least 2 extra sets of hands for $25 is what we should be getting. Because that Liv Morgan better not jump up to $25, because I might have to hop my ass on here and I might crash out on stream if they start charging like that bare fucking bones in the box for $25. Because no, then I would say then just go with ultimate editions. Don't even the elite collection. I'm really ordering juice. Oh, when can we order that, Rick? Good question. Let me see. Let me see if they had. Let me look and see if they had a. Let's see. It looks like they have it up now. Let me see if I can drop the link. Let me see if I can drop the link for that Ric Flair. There we go. Looks like late August. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link in the chat for anyone that wants to order that Ric Flair. Bing, boom, bam. There we go. Just put it right there. There's the link for anyone that wants to order that Ric Flair. It's not bad. It's not bad. And the fact that you're getting soft goods with it is not bad. You are going to have to eat that like $29.99 though. So that's like about a $9 increase. But that's ringside. So you're going to have to eat the ringside price if you're if you want that Ric Flair. But yeah, they need to if that is the case, and that is going to be across the board to where like everywhere he's going to start charging 25, then I would say fuck that. Just start collecting the ultimate editions. But for me, I would probably jump out of probably collecting wrestling figures, at least from Mattel. They're going to charge $25, especially when this Julia is coming out, whenever the fuck that's coming out. Because they showed that last year at Comic-Con. I know, or maybe they showed it at WrestleMania. I can't remember. So yeah, that Did I order the Ripley ring? I didn't, and I'll tell you why I didn't. Because I waited. Where the fuck did she go? I waited. And I bought two Rhea Ripley's from Amazon. So I bought this one and I put the basic head sculpt on it, and then I still have the other one in the box that I didn't open so that I could review it at some point in 50 years. But no, I was like, they're gonna eventually just do an elite of her, and they did, and I was just patient. And someone in one of the discords that I'm in tagged me and dropped the link in the Discord whenever these went up for pre-order on Amazon, and I got two of them before they sold out. Initially, when they sold out, so I'm okay with that. I don't need. Then, if I had bought the ring, then what am I going to do with the fucking ring? Then I have to sell a ring that I didn't want in the first place to then keep the Rhea Ripley. So at some point, they're going to just release that Rhea Ripley with the title. So it's fine. I'm going to just play the waiting game. But this, for $20, this ain't bad. This ain't about Rhea Ripley. She's got extra hands. It looks like Rhea Ripley. I don't need her to have like super posability, but they are up right now. So if anyone wants a Ric Flair, I'd say grab it before it sells out. Because if the actual, once they are going to update those pictures once, probably at Comic-Con. I would say next week at Comic-Con, they're probably going to have the actual versions of that whole wave in person for people to take pictures of. So those will probably show up on like Thursday or Friday. So once those pictures show up, and if that Ric Flair actually looks like 80s, 90s Ric Flair, that will probably sell out. So I would say if you want a Ric Flair, buy it. If not, then I wish you luck in finding it in the wild, because it gets hard to find some of these wrestling figures in person. Sometimes it does, because some stores will get them, some stores won't get them. It happens. But we've been going for an hour and 45, and people have gone to sleep. But I'll get into what I should have probably got into earlier was what I've picked up recently. So besides the Vanguard, I picked up two more of the Crimson Shadow Infantry, two of the 60th Recon Divers, and I gave them some MP5s from Top Fun. I also got two of the Recon snipers, these ladies, the what people were calling them, the sniper Karens or the sniper moms or whatever the fuck they were called. They were on sale for $19.99, and I fell asleep and I missed them originally, and then they went back up for $19.99. So I grabbed two of them. So the other one, I'm going to paint the face just like this. So eventually, if I do find more of these on sale, I would like to get a couple more. So I have a small fire team, and they will all have the tactical face paint. And then they'll each have a different loadout, and it'll be cool. And it'll be fun. But they're nice. They're nice figures. Are they the most impressive G.I. Joe Classified Series figures ever? Absolutely not. But they're fun. You can take them outside. You can take pictures with them. They're not crap figures. They're nice discount figures, is what I'll say. And what's better is if you have any Valiverse weapons that are in the same color, they match. So it's cool. It's cool. So I got 2 of those. And then yeah, my stuff from Top Fun. I'm trying to think if I got anything else. I don't think so. But like I said, I did sell my Harley Quinn, which I'll be getting the Revoltech one at some point. I will have to get my pre-order in because I think she should still be up. Let me check while I'm socializing here with the sole survivors of the stream here, which also brings back the question from earlier. Would you prefer the streams Monday nights or Wednesday evenings? Because it seems like Monday nights work because, you know, people are either at work, working the graveyard shift, or they're night owls, and they whoa. Oh, I thought the fucking thing was on there. There was a suggestive figure that popped up. Oh, this little rotating thing. I was like, oh shit. Make sure or would you, like I said, would you prefer the Monday night streams like I'm doing here, or would you prefer the Wednesday evening streams more? Does that Mercedes Monet figure come with soft goods? I'm not sure. I think it's just whatever's in the picture. I don't know if she comes with soft goods. I don't even know if the AEW shop exclusive one came with soft goods. But I wouldn't be surprised if they do one with soft goods. That's why I usually wait. I don't pull the trigger on the first figure. She's on eBay with soft goods. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to judge the renders because sometimes they will show soft goods, and then once they get to the prototype and the final figures, they don't have soft goods. Because that's what happened with the Sting. I think the Sting was supposed to come with soft goods, and then he didn't end up coming with soft goods, which was really annoying. But other figures get soft goods, so I don't know. It's hard to judge the moves that Jazzwares likes to make because it's a 50-50 gamble on whether or not you actually get if you get what you pay for. So let me go over to Hobby Genki real quick, which is the site that Jay Gonzo told me about. And let's see. It looks like they still have her up. She's still up for pre-order. And she does include the pre-order bonus faceplate. So they still have her up. She doesn't come out until it shows December 31st, but honestly, if that's what it's saying, then you're probably not going to get her until sometime in January. But yeah, so that's the extra faceplate. That's what it'll look like. The figure looks good though. There's the faceplate right there. And then there's all of her accessories. So technically, she comes with the same hands, kind of the same hands as the first Revoltech Harley, because the one that I have has the thumbs up, the kind of shooter hand, these kind of sprawled out hands, and then she comes with a set of holding hands and then a set of fists. So she doesn't come with these like more expressive hands, these kind of like grabby hands. She doesn't come with the trigger hands either, which is something that not only myself but a lot of other people wished that first Harley came with was trigger hands, because you can't put any weapons in her hands except for the bat and the hammer. So that was kind of unfortunate, but I like this one because she, like I said, she's very expressive, which I like. Which is what I like about the first one, but this one just feels more expressive. Like this one feels like it has more character to it. The like I said, the joints are more tucked in. She doesn't have the giant like ball joints in the back of the legs. So when you go to pose her, everything is more what is the word that I'm trying to think of? Flush. Everything feels more flush on the figure. So it's easier to I mean, you're going to have these back here, but you can't really hide those. Those are Revoltech joints, but like the legs are the biggest negative for me with the Revoltechs, is that they just had these big fucking joints on the back of the legs. And that was harder to hide in pictures, because if you want, I'll even change my background here to show you. Here's a picture that I took with this Harley. See how she looks knock-kneed? Where is it? There I am. See how she looks knock-kneed in this picture? Like she has these giant fucking ball joints, and there's Revoltech joints here, here, and in here, where this is at. So you had to be very exact with the way that you posed her. Otherwise, she looks knock-kneed as shit, which is what you can see here. It looks very knock-kneed, even though it's supposed to be a picture of her walking. So, you know what I mean? This one isn't going to have that issue because you can already tell. Look at the way that she poses. Look at this. Whatever you get is in this area here. So you don't have to worry about this or this or this interfering with you just trying to put her in a basic pose. You can do that. And she still keeps all the articulation that a Revoltech should have. So that's all I'm saying. As for the Street Fighter figures, there is no pre-order date on these. In terms of when they're getting released, because I wanted to pre-order Jury and I missed the pre-order. And I mean, like there are, when you go to product details, I mean there was nothing. So I don't know. I don't know if there was issues with the license, if there's issues with the factories, if there's issues with the figure that they need to go and tweak something, because from these pictures, everything looks to be pretty legit. Maybe they're going back and fixing this with the knees, maybe, but I think she's like perfect. I think it's fucking hilarious that she comes at the Chun-Li faceplate, even though she's essentially like an evil version of Chun-Li. But I mean, this is a perfect, like a perfect Revoltech figure. Like she's got all the, like she has so much fucking character, and you're able to achieve like what you see in the game, which is cool. She even has a little cell phone with cat ears, or like the kind of like devil horns. So I mean, that is legit. But I also think Revoltech works for Street Fighter because as much as I love Jada and as much as I love what Storm is doing with the Storm Arena stuff, it's just some of the combos and some of the moves that they have in the games, you need a Revoltech figure for, because you're going to just be able to hit the poses perfectly. Like, look at that. Look at, you're able to do her fucking, like her taunt, her victory taunt. Like, look at the fucking posability, man. It's crazy. So hopefully it's not a license issue, because that would fucking suck. Because once these come out, Storm and Jada have competition. Now, granted, these aren't like classic designs for these characters, but they are nice. They are a nice competition for Jada. Like look at the poses you can get Chun-Li into. Like she can even do the fucking, like her little kind of taunt pose too. These are extra pieces. These are extra pieces that you just clip onto the, that you switch out on the back of the figure. But I mean, like middle-aged Chun-Li can hit the poses. So she could hit the poses. She can hit the lightning kicks. I don't know. Did they do any poses of her with? Oh, I guess not. I guess they didn't do. Maybe she doesn't have the. Maybe she doesn't have the bird kick, the spinning bird kick anymore in Street Fighter 6. Because that would have been and then she has the lightning kick effects to make it look like she's doing the lightning kicks. So pretty cool though. Pretty cool. I like that little pose. Oh, there's a statue for Gonzo. He's gonna be like, what? Where? Oh well, he missed it. He missed it. Oh shit, they have. Oh, but they don't have the. They don't have the female Titan. Oh, the America though. Or well, they did have America. Let me see if I can show that toga. Let me see. Oh yeah, they have Ryu. They have Luke. They started doing One Punch Man, which they have Saitama, but he sold out on there. But you can get him elsewhere. The Gwenom, they sold out. Yeah, see, they fucking sold out of her. They sold out of her. Oh shit, they do have. Oh, that sucks. Well, he doesn't have the pre-order bonus head, which is where he has like the kind of comic, like comedical face, but he has like the regular faces. He has a couple of hands, but he has the effect pieces, which is cool. And his cape is wired, which is also really dope. I had the Dawson One Punch Man, and that one wasn't bad, but his cape was a piece of shit though. It was one of those where it was like hard plastic and it split into like 45 different pieces to where you have to like line it up. And I was like, dude, this fucking cape sucks ass. I did review that figure. It's like one of my older reviews. The mic quality was shit on that review, but and then he has like where he's doing the multiple punches. He's doing the one punch. So it's pretty fucking cool though. It's pretty cool. I like it. Let me see if I can find my. Let me see if I can find that site review real quick for you, because I don't know if they still sell the I don't know if they still sell that one, because I got it off of a particular. I got off a specific site, and I can't remember if they still sell it or not. Oh yeah, here it is. 4 years ago. Holy shit. Here, I'm gonna put it in the chat in case anyone cares. If anyone's here and they wanted to see my review of the One Punch Man, I dropped it in the not this One Punch Man, the like third party unofficial Saitama. Which something that made me laugh. I think it was yesterday. Who the fuck was streaming? Somebody was streaming. Oh, it was Talib. Talib was streaming. And Zakinin was in the chat, and he tagged me in the chat and he was like, hey, you should check out Elite Legends channel. And I was like, Zakinin, I knew Elite Legend before anyone else knew Elite Legend. I knew Elite Legend when his channel was a baby, because we all started our channels around the same time. But Elite Legend, Venom Fang, who was in one of my previous streams, he was in the live chat. The Tattoo Toy Hunter, I knew, but his channel was established at the time that all of us met. And Mr. Blucker, Dino Dave, his channel also blew up too. So yeah, we were all in a small YouTube group. So I knew Elite Legend before anyone else knew him. That's why he calls me whenever he's a guest on someone's stream and he sees my name in there, he always refers to me as Tater, because that was my nickname in the group, because I was the youngest person in that group with a YouTube channel. And that was when I started my channel. That was 7 years ago, which I know it was 7 years ago because YouTube sent me, they gave me a little notification. It was like, hey, it's your 7-year anniversary. And I was like, wow, I didn't think I had this channel for 7 years. But yeah, I think I am probably one of the handful of people in this community, since we're not allowed to use the term community. I am one in a handful of people in this community that has had their channel longer than a lot of people here, but am the youngest person in this community, which is kind of funny. So not sure if a lot of people knew that, but yeah, I've been doing YouTube for 7 years, because if I go and I look, my first review was 7 years ago. And I've gone through a lot of intros. I've gone through a lot of different changes in the way that I do my reviews. The way that I've like carried myself in reviews. My backgrounds have changed. My photography has changed. It's been a journey. All right. It's been a journey. There's been a lot of ups and downs, positives and negatives. Oh man, seeing that Dio is such a throwback. It's crazy. It's crazy to think that I started this whole, no, not Mater, Tater. Tater, Tater, Tater. It's crazy to think that I've had this channel and I've been doing YouTube since, I think, like junior, senior year of high school. So I think because I was held back, so maybe 18, 19. So, oh, you're calling me Mater? Okay. Well, if that makes you happy, whatever makes you happy. So yeah, I put that review in there. That's an older review, so the mic quality might be shit on that one. Yeah. And my little background, my little props, and yeah, that was interesting times. Interesting times. And here I am. Here I am live. And the fucking journey that I've been on here is crazy. Oh no, did they fucking sell out of this figure? Oh no, this was the one that had the bonus Oh, they still have her. Interesting. So yeah, they still have that Uraka. Nice. Well, she doesn't have the pre-order bonus, but it's still cool. I had the Figma version of this figure, which was okay at the time, but the Revoltech one is better. But yeah, I don't know if there's much else for me to talk about. I think I've pretty much covered everything in like 2 hours and 12 minutes and a handful of seconds. So I will, I guess, end it here. For the people live, the replay squad. Waiting for that gun girl still. I haven't ordered mine. I haven't ordered it. It went back up on Gundamn It, but I haven't ordered the deluxe version of it. I think I am like slowly creeping back into import figures as of right now. It seems like I'm getting back into anime figures because I'm getting back into anime. Because right now I saw on Crunchyroll's little shop, whatever the fuck this thing is called, their Crunchyroll store, that they had a figure that I was looking at getting, and they actually have it on sale for cheaper than what it is on eBay, cheaper than what it is on Big Bad Toy Store, cheaper than what it is on eBay. And I am perfectly okay with that. I'll put up real quick, and then we'll end it here. I ordered another. I forgot from when. I don't know who else was. Maybe 5K, because 5K Toys was carrying it. Gundamn It. I think Bombus B was carrying it. But this is the figure right here. Is Yor from Spy Family. I didn't think that I would be back into buying anime figures, but here the fuck I am. Here I am. I'm back into it. I've really been enjoying Spy Family, and eventually I will get Lore, and I will get Anya to complete the little family. It's a fun anime for anyone that's kind of looking for a new anime to watch. Spy Family's good if you like James Bond and you like kind of like a spy thriller anime. Spy Family's good. It's like a nice mix of seriousness with comedy, with action and stuff like that. Like it'll tug at your heartstrings when it's appropriate, and then it just throws you into action, and there's the comedy where there needs to be. So yeah, I need your I'm probably gonna end up getting both fucking versions of her. The Thorn Princess version of her, which is this, and then there's a version of her where she's in her like casual clothes. There's a statue that is not. It's not the. Let me see. See if I can find it. Oh shit, maybe they don't have it. Interesting. Well, it's essentially her, but she's wearing this. This is like her kind of like casual. This is a statue, but she's essentially wearing this, like a sweater and like leggings and boots. This is like what you see her when she's like in just regular clothes. This is what she wears. And then she wears the Thorn Princess when she needs to do like assassin jobs when she has to go into assassin mode. That's what the Thorn Princess is, and she uses like those metal spikes. But she's fucking awesome. She is awesome. She's an awesome character. And yeah, the anime is really good. I think I'm on episode 6. I think before I went live, I got to episode 6. So there's 2 seasons so far. I think they're working on the 3rd season. There's 2 movies. So but yeah, so if you see like a review of this at some point on my channel, just know that like I teased it. Just know I teased it, and that yeah, there's probably going to be like anime figures popping up as reviews. So just be prepared, because I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. But I'm a collector of many things. I've like always collected anime figures. I mean, if you go back on my channel, I've done where is it? Like I did a lot of wrestling figure reviews when I started. I did Spike from Cowboy Bebop. I wish I still had that figure and all the accessories, because that fucking thing is so expensive now. I reviewed the Bulma from Dragon Ball. When WWE or when Figure Arts was doing WWE figures, I had that Stone Cold Steve Austin, and then I sold it. I did that third party Saitama. I did a couple of Mezco reviews. I actually sold that Mezco Logan. That Revoltech Deku I have to actually replace, but I found it for a good price on a website. And let's see, I'm looking. I reviewed that. Actually, I reviewed both MC versions of Captain Marvel. That Major Makoto, which those fuckers actually emailed me like a couple of days after I put up this review, because I sent Good Smile, who does the Figma figures, I sent them a review, and I sent them a link to the review to show them that this figure had a QC issue with the arm, and they basically said that they couldn't do anything about it. So whatever, Good Smile fuckers. That figure wasn't cheap either. That was an expensive ass figure. Oh, that might have been the last like import figure I did. Oh no, that's not true, because I did the Blockies Miku, which seems to be doing better than I thought it would when I posted it. So everyone that watched it and gave it support, I appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah, that's pretty much that. I think I'm good. For like the 3 people that are in the chat though, before I end the stream, is it better that I do Monday night streams instead of Wednesday evening streams? Because it seems like more people, it seems like we got some more social butterflies in the stream tonight than what I would usually get Wednesday evenings, which is a good sign because that means more people are active. They're more social, like I said, because people are either working or they're night owls or they're getting ready to go to bed and they need something to fall asleep to. So that's what this is. So it seems like this is a good sign that Monday night streams would work better, is what this is telling me. Which is good. So we might permanently switch to Monday night streams now, is what it seems. Because it seems to work better than doing Wednesday evening, to where if I jump on at 4, then I have to make sure I don't cross over this person's stream and cut into this person's time frame, because we've all had to fight for time streams on here because everyone is always live. There is always someone live. There's always someone at either 3 o'clock in the morning live or at 3 p.m. live. So you always have to like fight for your spot of like where to fit yourself in. Because I used to go live on Tuesday evenings when there was the D&D stream. I would go right after them, and then I switched to Fridays, and then Fridays became the pre-roll time slot. So then I switched to Wednesdays, but now Mikey goes live on Wednesdays, and there's the 3 POA do Wednesdays and Saturdays. So it seems like Monday nights are a good time. It seems like, right? Can I get some commentary on if that works or not for our stream time? Because it seems like it works. At least for me. It seems like it works. But anyway, damn, I was gonna end it, but it seems like more people poured in. I probably shouldn't end it. Damn. Damn, I kind of feel bad if I ended it here with you small group of folks rolling in. Is there anything else to talk about? Are there any other topics in the chat for our social butterflies that are still here with us? Are there any other topics? Anything that we should discuss? Because otherwise, I don't have anything else to discuss, and I'll just cut the feed. But you let me know. And I've also been trying to figure out what the next review, well, in terms of while I wait for something to happen here in the chat, I'm trying to figure out what my next review would be after the Vanguard, because I started working on it, but then after I would come home from work, I would just be so fucking tired that I would just eat, shower, and just right to sleep to get up for the next day. So I haven't even really worked on the Vanguard review. But it is on its way. so do be patient with me. Run it back again for the folks that missed it. All right. Well, so we talked about in terms of what we talked about the combatants for glory figures from Zessaray. We talked about the Jazzwares AEW figures that were shown last week or the previous weekend. Since it was all in, it was actually a really big weekend for wrestling now that I think about it, because I think Thursday or Friday night was the GCW pay-per-view, which they had in downtown Dallas. Then Saturday, or Friday was some fucking pay-per-view. Some wrestling pay-per-view. I can't remember. Oh, it was NXT. NXT had their pay-per-view. Then Saturday it was All In, which was the AEW show they had in Arlington. Then Sunday, which was yesterday, or no, well, 2 days ago, was the all women's pay-per-view, which was Evolution. So it was a really big day. It was a really big weekend of wrestling. So for anyone that was able to keep up with all that shit, congratulations, because you did more than I could. We talked about the Revoltech stuff, the Attack on Titan stuff that they showed, which I guess we'll pull that up real quick and hope that naughty figure that Gonzo definitely pre-ordered doesn't pop up. But yeah, so Revoltech showed, I'm gonna just go to the Revoltech thing. So Revoltech showed their Attack on Titan figure display. This was like some sort of show in Shanghai, but they showed all their Attack on Titan figures. Some of them have been released already. Some of them are on the verge of being released, and they showed this giant Colossal Titan, which, if this thing is actually articulated, which it looks like it'll be a statue. But yeah, they showed the Beast Titan, the Armor Titan, Female Titan, this Beast Titan, the Bone Jaw Titan, I think, and then there's Eren Yeager down there. So they showed that. They showed One Punch Man is getting more figures. It looks like it's a fucking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is also getting Revoltech figures. Interesting. So and then they're also doing Naked Snake from Metal Gear Solid, and they're doing Big Boss, which I can already tell you, out of these two, this Big Boss figure will sell out very fast. The pre-order for this will sell out very fast, because I think the last time that we got a Big Boss figure was from McFarlane, I think, when he was doing the Metal Gear Solid stuff. Besides that, I don't think Big Boss has gotten a figure. So for you Metal Gear Solid people, I would recommend, when this pre-order goes up, you jump on that pre-order as fast as possible because she will probably sell out. This sneak will probably sell out too. So I forgot to talk about that. I think this is from another anime. Oh well, this is from Blue Archive. I know that, which I think is also a game. I think these. I don't know what the fuck those are from. I don't know. Getter One. I probably fucked that up. Andy probably knows what what this is from. He's still in here. And then Don is also getting anime figures. Yu-Gi-Oh! They're doing. They're also doing the monsters. Ninja Gaiden, which I think those are both on pre-order. I think, or she's on pre-order. I think I don't know. She might be going for I don't know. Ninja Gaiden, I don't know. This guy is already out though. So this I need to pre-order because that is going to be replacing this, which this is getting a reissue, but it'll only be available in Shanghai as of right now. Which Mr. Lee, I think on Instagram, posted. He did a post saying that this figure was getting a reissue and to look at Comic-Con next weekend because there might be some news on her. So that might possibly mean that we're getting a US release for her, which hopefully, because she's an expensive figure. And she comes with an extra faceplate, which I don't think I even got the show on here. Yeah, so the reissue will come with that extra faceplate. And she'll be 9,350 yen. So, but it looks like the paint is different on this one. Some areas of paint are going to be different, but I hope that on this one they fixed the issue that the original release had where her hands are casted in black for all the left hands and red for all the right hands, and the skin tone is painted on. The issue with the skin tone being painted on is the more you switch out the hands, the paint here starts to fade and it starts to chip away. And once this paint chips, you're left with the original color that the plastic is molded in. So instead of just molding it in a skin tone and painting over it, they did the opposite, which doesn't help. Because it's harder to try to match the skin tone to paint that back up with. So, yeah. Hopefully they fix that with this. And another issue is that because she's such a pale skin tone, dirt and dust will start to discolor this plastic too. So you'll start to get scuffs on it, stuff like that. So you'll have to constantly keep cleaning it. So hopefully they fix those issues on this figure and that there's not any issues with this particular figure anymore, because yeah, that's why I sold mine. I sold mine because I don't want to deal with those fucking issues and the what I said earlier about if you don't pose her right, she looks like she has knock knees. And see, right here, if you don't pose her right, she looks like she has fucking knock knees because there's articulation here, in here, in here, in here, in here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of articulation that you have to balance right in order for her legs to not look like they're fucking caved in. So yeah. She's very articulated, but you have to have patience with this. And so I would rather just have this version where the knees are pretty much like any other figure that I have, any other import figure I have. And she just seems to be like a better. She just seems to be like a better, more put together version of the. Oh, okay. So it looks like they're doing 3 Metal Gear Solid figures. So they're doing Ocelot. They're doing Big Boss, and they're doing Snake from Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, which I don't know exactly where that lies in the, like, if you line up all the Metal Gear games, where that game falls, because I didn't play Metal Gear Solid growing up. I played Splinter Cell. I didn't play Metal Gear Solid though. So that's a completely different. Oh, that's a statue. That's a completely different question for someone more experienced with Metal Gear. But yeah, this one just, I don't know, she just has more character to her. And just, yeah, like, see here, it looks like the knees just look, everything just looks better. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I keep going back to it just because something on that original one just bothered me so much. Where can you order Big Boss from? I don't know yet. Oh, and for this is probably for Allende. For anyone who's a dead or alive figure. Oh, shit. Well, actually, no. These are 1/7 scale, but I think they are doing what's her name from Dead or Alive. I'm pretty sure they're doing a figure of her. I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere they showed a figure of what's her name from Dead or Alive. I thought I did. Oh shit, maybe not. No, I definitely thought I saw what the hell is her name? Oh well, A and E will know. I think they did a Figma or they did an SH Figuarts of her. But they are doing one of the angels from Evangelion, and they're going back and redoing all the Eva units, which is awesome. So Eva Unit 1 is getting a figure which is cool because we usually don't ever get the angels. We always usually get the Ava units. So it's nice that we're getting the angels, which is actually perfect timing because Figuarts is giving us Evangelion figures too, which I don't know if you saw Allende, but they're doing Asuka and Rei from Evangelion. So that'll be interesting to see what the quality will be on what it'll be on that figure or on those figures. I think they're all sold out everywhere too. So I missed the pre-order on Asuka because that was the one that I wanted. But yeah, will they do Shinji? Will they do Masato? Will they do well, if they do Masato, they have to put Pen in there. They have to put the penguin in there, and they have to give her drunk faces because she's they need to give her either at least one drunk faceplate and like a can of beer in there, or they have to give us like a couple of different drunk faces. They just have to. It's only right. Holy shit, that unit one looks fucking sick. Oh, that's that model kit that they put out that you have to paint. Oh shit, maybe I was wrong though. Maybe they aren't doing Dead or Alive. I thought maybe someone was doing Dead or Alive. Well, maybe I was wrong. But they are starting to do more video game figures, is what I noticed. So if they are doing the statues though of these, they will probably show at Comic-Con or something like that. They'll probably show figures of Hanukkah and Burry Rose from Dead or Alive. That's a franchise they need to do because I don't think anyone else is doing figures of them. Just like they started doing One Punch Man, they did Saitama and they did Genos, and now they're starting to do more characters from One Punch Man because no one else is doing them. So, but perfect timing for them to do a snake because Figma just re-released their Solid Snake from I think Metal Gear Solid 2. So these will be good. Yeah, Kasumi. Who is Big Boss from? She is from Metal Gear Solid MGS. You're gonna have to look up a lore video because I can't. I'm not gonna be able to explain this shit to you, but because I didn't play Metal Gear Solid, so I don't know anything about Metal Gear Solid. I knew who Solid Snake is, but like Big Boss, I have no idea. I think the game that I got invested in was like Metal Gear Rise with Raiden. Just because the boss fight in that game is awesome, and the soundtrack for that game is really good too. Any new news in the COD world? Not that I know of. I think they had their Beavis and Butthead collab, and I think that's about it. Oh, the casino. Oh, do I keep passing it? Oh shit! Sorry. Sorry. Hang on. Where right here? I don't know. I don't know where it is. Hang on. Let me look and see. Hang on. Let me see. I'm gonna. Let's see. Oh. Okay. I see what I did. I see where I fucked up. I see where I fucked up. I thought she was from Dead or Alive. I didn't realize she was in another game before Dead or Alive. All right, I see it. She's right here. So they did do Kasumi then. All right, she's right here. So it looks like January 2026. Put a pin in that January 2026 because these release dates add about like a month to that. So for Harley, it said December 31st for that Revoltech Harley I just showed you. Add about like a month to that because that is probably what it's going to be. So this says January 2026. This will probably be like February. I would say February for that. Usually you add about like a month to the import figures because they never come out on the days they're supposed to. But this Kasumi, the posability is there. She looks good. I don't know if there is. It looks like she also has movable eyes. Two. Okay. So here's all of her accessories. So a couple of hands. So they're going to do the system where her sheath. So they'll pretty much use the same system that they did for the Revoltech Psylocke. So where her sheath sits back here, they're going to have a little piece for the sword that plugs into that. And then you'll just unplug that when you want her to hold the sword. And then she has an extra piece for the cape. Oh, that's cool. Oh, it's the fucking pre-order bonus. I see. So it looks like August 1st. Wow, August 1st. Wow. August 1st, it looks like is the cutoff for that pre-order period. So it looks like they opened it up for May. And then it looks like they also, oh shit, hang on. There we go. I got it. He just this man is calling me to tell me that this wasn't on here. There we go. So yeah, it looks like this is the pre-order bonus. So instead of getting like a faceplate, they're giving you this as a pre-order bonus. So let me see, because if Hobby Genki has it, they might still have it for pre-order, and they might still have it to where you can get the pre-order bonus. Because you can't do it directly through the Revoltech website because you have to have a Japanese address, and you're not going to be able to see that. And Gonzo, ignore that pervy lady that's in the bottom corner. Okay, you know, we don't need you. We don't need you looking at more pervy ladies for your collection there. All right, let's see. Okay, so yeah, they still have it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna drop this in the chat. So for anyone that wants the pre-order bonus for her. All right, I went in and I put it in the chat here. So that link right here is to Hobby Genki. And they have the pre-order for her that comes with that bonus weapon. So if you need the bonus weapon, I don't know what the significance of that is. I've never played the game. I just know that out of all the Dead or Alive characters, she's like one of the more popular characters. So but they have the pre-order bonus for her. So what is that? 11,890. Let me do the currency converter real quick. Because I think right now the Japanese yen is, it's low right now. So it might, where the hell is it? Turkish, no. There we go. Okay. Well, let's switch that. Clear that out. All right, so after I put in the conversion here, it looks like it's $80.52, which isn't too bad. For the pre-order bonus, and then that is not the same person. I don't know if they have. I don't know if they have one where she doesn't come with the pre-order bonus, but it should be cheaper if you don't get the pre-order bonus. Oh shit, well, I believe that answers the question. So they seem to only have it just for the pre-order bonus. Oh, I ordered the chick with the purple hair. The chick with the purple hair. That is chick with the purple hair. Oh shit, I'm not gonna be able to fucking answer that. I'm not gonna be able to pronounce that. But the pre-order bonus for her is this kunai, which is kind of cool. Again, I don't know what the significance to that is, because I didn't play the game, so I don't know. But nice posability though. And I imagine this is accurate to what she actually looks like in the game. Movable eyes too. So it looks like they're still keeping the movable eyes. So yeah. That's her. Hang on. Let me I think they still have her up. Yeah, they still have her up for pre-order too. So I'll drop that one. I'll drop the link to that one too, because this one also has the pre-order bonus. And it seems like Hobby Genki is the only one that I know of that you can pre-order the figures and they give you the bonus without you having to jump through loopholes and getting it through the Kyoto store. Because I think, oh shit, maybe that one didn't have. Because like this Jury has the pre-order bonus faceplate. The Chun-Li, I think, also has the pre-order bonus faceplate. Yeah, this one has the pre-order bonus, which I don't know what's going on with those. But for some reason, they changed they got rid of the release date. So I think these are supposed to come in August or September, and now it's just up in the air when these are coming out. But Revoltech has been showing them. Kyoto has been showing them. That most recent show they did in Shanghai, it showed this they showed the Street Fighter figures. So I don't know why the release date just disappeared. I don't know if it's something with QC issues or the figures aren't ready, or it's something with Capcom, because Capcom is very particular with who they want using their Street Fighter license, who they want using their licenses with. Like Resident Evil, they'll only use a handful of people will be allowed to make figures of Resident Evil. Same with Street Fighter. Video games, if they want to do guest characters, Capcom, you have to jump through this many hoops for Capcom to let you use characters from Resident Evil or Street Fighter. That's why it took them that's why it took Fortnite almost 3 years for them to bring back all their Street Fighter collab skins that they did. That's why their Resident Evil collab skins haven't come back. So they're very particular with that. And just to show you that the release date is gone, usually it would be right here. It used to be right here in the little product details. It's gone. It's gone for Chun-Li. It's gone for Ryu. It's gone for Luke. It's gone for Jury. So I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is going on. They still have Saitama up, which I'm surprised because this figure is sold out everywhere. Oh shit, this is from Dead or Alive, is this not? Oh no, this is from Tekken, I think. Yeah, this is from Tekken. Which, surprised that Figuarts got into the Tekken game all of a sudden. Jada does Street Fighter, Storm is doing Street Fighter, and now Figuarts is doing Tekken figures. Interesting. Interesting. Do they do the whole roster? Probably not. Probably not, because they didn't do it with Street Fighter. They only did Ryu, Ken. They did Ryu, Ken, Sagat, Guile, Blanca, M. Bison. Chun-Li, Cammy, Sakura, and I think Balrog, but I also don't think Balrog. I think it might have been Storm Collectibles that did Balrog. But something tells me that they didn't do everyone. Have you seen the new accessory sets? It has hand tools and other stuff like footprints. I think I have seen those. I think they were on this Revoltech thing here with all these. Let me see. I actually had the original release of the Iron Spider. Oh yeah, see, look, they did fucking Tokyo Revengers, but they didn't do anyone else from Tokyo Adventures. Like they want to do Honkai Star Rail. Oh shit, they actually have the pre-order bonus for their X-Force Deadpool, which I think is that half face mask down. Yeah, this is the pre-order bonus. So you get like the half mask up for Deadpool. Which I thought about getting this Deadpool because he comes with a shitload of accessories, like all kinds of accessories. And it's the 1.5, so they did fix the joints and stuff like that on the previous one. But he's just very expressive. Like, you know what I mean? His eyes are all expressive. You can change the eyes. He has like size and a whole bunch of stuff. He does have trigger fingers, so you could probably give him different weapons from other places, but yeah, he's up there too. Yeah, so they have the regular one and they have the X-Force. I always liked the X-Force colors more. I think that's the 1.5 version of Deathstroke, Arkham Knight. They have the Agent Venom I want so bad, but the fucking re-release price, they upped the price on him. I think he's like 100 and something now, like 150 or 170 or something. And I was like, fuck no, Revoltech is worth pushing almost $200 for. Fuck that. No. They did Gwenum, and the pre-order bonus is that faceplate that you just saw with the half and half face. That's the pre-order bonus that you get for it. Which it's not a bad figure. It's just, I don't know. The design didn't really do it for me. I should have bought this Catwoman. I should have fucking bought this figure when it was out. I really should have, and I regret it because this is probably one of the best Catwoman figures. She is extremely fucking posable. She can hit all the Catwoman poses, and she is just a really good Catwoman. She comes with the little like stack of gold bars and coins, and those accessories, the extra hands, the different versions of the whip, the face plates, the extra head. I should have fucking bought this. I should have fucking. I should have pulled the fucking trigger on that. I had it pre-ordered and I fucking canceled it. I fucking regret that. I regret that. I missed the boat on that Wonder Woman, which Allende has that Wonder Woman, and he did a review on it. And she's also a very good Wonder Woman. She is very, very articulated. Like when I mean articulated, I mean articulation. And she comes with ricochet effects for her gauntlets. So yeah, I missed the fucking boat on that. I need to get another All Might at some point. I had the Todoroki. I missed the boat on the Black Panther. That All Might is fucking awesome. By the way, that All Might is worth the money. That Spider-Gwen, if you don't put the unmasked face on it, it's fine, but the head sculpt is too small for it, so it looks all kinds of fucked up. Actually, did I skip over that toga? Can't remember if I did. Let's I probably did. I want that Uraka too. Because she's very agile in the anime. Like her whole quirk or her superpower is that she can manipulate gravity. That's why her superhero name is Uravity. Uraka, gravity, Uravity. Oh shit, maybe they don't have it on here. Let's see. Yeah. This one's on the list too, because she has the extra faceplate, but oh man, I was so happy when they announced that they were doing Toga, because she's my favorite villain from My Hero Academia. And her whole power is that all she needs is a drop of someone's blood and she can pretty much replicate them. Like she can turn into them. It's like if Mystique needed a drop of someone's blood to mimic them. That's pretty much what her superpower is. It's like Mystique, but she needs your blood in order to mimic you, is essentially what her superpower is. But anyway, I think I've talked enough about fucking anime figures. I think I've bored everyone in here. But yeah, we went for 3 hours and 12 minutes, and I appreciate the 5 people still watching. I do. But I need to get back to editing this Vanguard review before I pass out again. But I appreciate everyone coming by to test my experiment out here. And it seems, at least to me, it seems like it was a success. So we're probably going to stick with it. So usually we go live Wednesday evenings at 4, but it seems like now we're going to be going live Monday nights at 10. It seems like seems to be the new thing, unless I have a guest on. If I invite someone as a guest, then we'll do Wednesdays. But if not, then if it's just me, then I'll do Mondays. So I'll do Monday nights because it seems like this is a good test because there's still people in here even 3 hours later. And there was a lot of socializing in the chat earlier. So I think Monday nights at 10-ish is when we're going to start going live now. So this was a good test. I appreciate everyone coming by. Even though there's still 5 people here, I appreciate it. If I had more to talk about, I would. But yeah, I'm gonna go through the little chat here and acknowledge everyone that was here that stopped by. So Gonzo, thank you. Ayende. Justin Booth. Kaiju Kitty. Jeff. Woody was here. Mython was also here. Let's see. I did see Virgo. Virgo Cool was here too. And also Roughshot was also here too. Where is he? And Roughshot was here as well. So I appreciate everyone that came in the chat. I am going to get better at making sure that I work on checking the chat more often, because it is hard when you have, like, I have a tab open here and then I have to check this tab here. So then I know that I'm looking at the same thing and also making sure that what I'm talking about is on the screen too. So we'll get it down. We'll get it down. We'll get better at it. But yeah, so I appreciate everyone that stopped by. I will see all of you next Monday at 10 o'clock, since that seems to be the time. So now we're going live Mondays, 10 p.m. Central, 11 p.m. Eastern, and 8 p.m. Pacific time. So yeah, that's it for me. Oh shit, I forgot to switch back to my fucking forgot to switch back to All Reliable here. So yeah, I appreciate everyone that stopped by. again, stay tuned for the Vanguard review. I'm going to try to make it at least 30 minutes. I'm going to try not to go over 30 minutes. And I would, but if I put the phone too close to the mic, it'll start to static. So I have to put it like right here. See where my hand is? It's like right here sitting on my shelf. And I would have to like sit at an angle. I'll write a little I'll write a little note on my board here because I have a board right above where my hand is. And there's all my art is over here too. And I have everyone's business cards and stickers on that board too. So I'll get it down. I'll get it down. I promise. I'll work on it. But yeah, so stay tuned for that. It also seemed like the painting stream was a success. So I will have to order some more resin, 3D printed heads to paint on stream. I'm gonna work on a way to get it to where I can paint while like on camera while I'm streaming without it being darkened because my hands and the lighting. So I'll work on it. I'll figure out a way to do that. But anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for putting up with my bullshit for another stream. And I'll see you all next week.